OpenAI, the company that changed the world. In the history of technology, a few companies have managed to redefine the future. Apple helped bring personal computing into the mainstream. Google transformed how information is organized and accessed. Amazon changed commerce forever. But in the 2020s, another company emerged that many believe could have an even greater impact on humanity. That company is OpenAI. The creator of ChatGPT began as a small research organization with an ambitious goal to develop artificial intelligence that would benefit all of humanity. What started as a nonprofit experiment would evolve into one of the most influential and controversial organizations in the world. Its journey includes billionaire founders, scientific breakthroughs, boardroom drama, lawsuits, criticism, and a race toward a future that even its creators do not fully understand. This is the story of OpenAI. To understand OpenAI, we have to go back to a time before ChatGPT existed. In the early 2000s, artificial intelligence was making significant progress, but it remained largely invisible to the public. Researchers were experimenting with neural networks and machine learning systems capable of recognizing images, translating languages, and analyzing enormous amounts of data. Most people viewed artificial intelligence as a distant technology. Scientists saw something much bigger. Many believed that AI would eventually become one of the most important inventions in human history. Among those paying attention was entrepreneur Elon Musk. Long before AI became a household topic, Musk was warning about the potential dangers of advanced artificial intelligence. He frequently argued that AI could become more dangerous than nuclear weapons if developed irresponsibly. While many dismissed those warnings as science fiction, others shared his concerns. At the same time, a group of researchers and technology leaders were discussing how artificial intelligence should be developed. They worried that the most powerful AI systems might end up controlled by a small number of corporations focused primarily on profit rather than the interests of humanity. In 2015, those discussions led to the creation of OpenAI. The organization was founded by Sam Altman, Elon Musk, Greg Brockman, Ilya Sutskever, Wojciech Zaremba, John Schulman, and several other prominent figures from the technology world. The mission sounded simple but incredibly ambitious: ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. Artificial general intelligence, often referred to as AGI, describes a future form of AI capable of performing intellectual tasks at or beyond human levels across a wide range of fields. Unlike today's AI systems, which are designed for specific purposes, AGI would possess a much broader ability to learn, reason, and solve problems. OpenAI launched as a nonprofit organization dedicated to researching advanced AI openly and responsibly. The founders pledged to share research and discoveries with the broader scientific community. The goal was to prevent AI technology from becoming concentrated in the hands of a few powerful organizations. At first, OpenAI appeared to be living up to that vision. Researchers published papers, shared findings, and gained respect within the AI community. The company quickly attracted some of the brightest minds in machine learning. However, as research progressed, a major challenge became impossible to ignore. Building advanced AI was extraordinarily expensive. Training increasingly sophisticated neural networks required vast amounts of computing power. Powerful graphics processors, massive data centers, and teams of elite researchers cost enormous amounts of money. Every new generation of AI models required more resources than the last. OpenAI soon realized that competing against technology giants like Google would require billions of dollars. This financial reality created tension between OpenAI's original nonprofit structure and its growing ambitions. During this period, Elon Musk began distancing himself from the organization. Officially, concerns about conflicts of interest were cited. Tesla was investing heavily in artificial intelligence for autonomous driving technology, and there were concerns about overlapping priorities. Reports later suggested disagreements regarding OpenAI's future direction and leadership. Whatever the exact reasons, Musk left OpenAI's board in 2018. At the time, few people paid much attention to his departure. Years later, it would become one of the most discussed events in the company's history. OpenAI's next major turning point came in 2019. The company announced a new organizational structure called a capped profit model. This allowed investors to receive returns while theoretically limiting excessive profits. OpenAI argued that attracting investment was necessary to continue pursuing advanced AI research. Critics immediately questioned whether the organization was abandoning its founding principles. Supporters countered that without significant funding, OpenAI would never be able to compete with the world's largest technology companies. The decision paved the way for one of the most important partnerships in modern technology, Microsoft. In 2019, Microsoft invested $1 billion into OpenAI. Over the following years, that partnership expanded dramatically. Microsoft provided OpenAI with access to its Azure cloud computing infrastructure, giving researchers access to some of the most powerful computing resources on Earth. For OpenAI, the partnership provided the resources necessary to pursue increasingly ambitious projects. For Microsoft, it represented an opportunity to gain a leading position in what many believed would become the next technological revolution. While these business developments were unfolding, OpenAI researchers were making significant breakthroughs. The company's generative pre-trained transformer models, known as GPT, demonstrated remarkable abilities in understanding and generating human language. GPT-1 showed promise. GPT-2 surprised researchers with its ability to generate coherent paragraphs. GPT-3 shocked the technology world. Containing 175 billion parameters, GPT-3 could write essays, answer questions, create stories, summarize information, and perform a wide range of tasks with impressive fluency. Yet, despite its capabilities, GPT-3 remained relatively unknown outside the technology community. That changed in November 2022. OpenAI released ChatGPT. Almost overnight, artificial intelligence entered mainstream culture. Millions of users began experimenting with the chatbot. Students used it to assist with assignments. Programmers used it to generate code. Businesses explored new applications. Writers experimented with creative projects. Teachers debated its impact on education. Within months, ChatGPT became one of the fastest-growing consumer applications in history. The public reaction was unlike anything previously seen in artificial intelligence. People were fascinated, some were excited, others were alarmed. For the first time, ordinary users could directly experience the power of advanced language models. The release of ChatGPT triggered an industry-wide response. Google accelerated its AI initiatives. Microsoft integrated OpenAI technology into products across its ecosystem. Meta expanded investments in large language models. Startups attracted billions in funding. Governments began discussing regulation. The AI race had officially begun. As OpenAI's influence grew, so did scrutiny. Researchers warned about misinformation and the possibility of AI-generated content flooding the internet. Artists and creators raised concerns regarding copyrighted material used to train AI systems. Writers questioned whether companies were benefiting from their work without permission. Labor experts debated whether AI would eliminate jobs or create entirely new industries. Meanwhile, another criticism focused directly on OpenAI itself. The organization founded on openness had become increasingly secretive. Unlike its early years, OpenAI no longer released every detail about its most advanced models. Executives argued that powerful AI systems could be misused if released without safeguards. Critics argued that secrecy contradicted the company's original mission. The debate intensified as OpenAI became one of the most valuable and influential AI organizations in the world. Then came one of the most dramatic moments in Silicon Valley history. In November 2023, OpenAI's board unexpectedly announced that CEO Sam Altman had been removed from the company. The decision shocked employees, investors, and the technology industry. Within hours, confusion spread throughout OpenAI. Why had Altman been fired? What would happen next? Could OpenAI survive the crisis? Microsoft quickly offered positions to Altman and other OpenAI employees. Hundreds of OpenAI staff members threatened to resign unless Altman returned. The company appeared to be on the verge of collapse. Then, in one of the most remarkable reversals in corporate history, Sam Altman returned as CEO just days later. The board was restructured, the crisis ended. But the episode revealed something important. OpenAI had become too significant to ignore. Its future now affected investors, governments, corporations, and millions of users around the world. Meanwhile, Elon Musk had become one of OpenAI's most outspoken critics. He argued that the company had strayed from its original nonprofit mission. He questioned its close relationship with Microsoft and expressed concerns about the concentration of power within the AI industry. OpenAI disputed many of those criticisms. The disagreement eventually escalated into legal battles and public disputes. At the same time, Musk launched his own artificial intelligence company, xAI, creating a direct competitor to OpenAI. The rivalry reflected a larger question facing society. Who should control artificial intelligence? Private corporations, governments, open source communities, or some entirely new form of oversight? No one has a definitive answer. Today, OpenAI stands at the center of one of the most important technological transformations in human history. Its products are used by hundreds of millions of people. Its research influences industries across the globe. Its decisions shape conversations about education, creativity, business, science, and the future of work. Yet, despite all of its achievements, OpenAI's ultimate goal remains unfinished. The company continues pursuing artificial general intelligence, a system capable of reasoning, learning, and solving problems at a level comparable to or beyond humans. Supporters believe such technology could accelerate scientific discovery, cure diseases, transform education, and solve challenges that have troubled humanity for generations. Critics worry about economic disruption, misuse, loss of privacy, and the possibility of creating systems more powerful than society is prepared to manage. The truth is that nobody knows exactly what the future holds. What is clear is that the age of artificial intelligence is no longer a distant possibility. It has already begun. And whether OpenAI ultimately becomes one of humanity's greatest success stories or one of its greatest cautionary tales remains one of the most important questions of the 21st century. The story is still being written, and the next chapter may change the world forever.